Mace Cohen owns this building at 1204 West Fayette Street, in addition to numerous other properties in Baltimore. Two of the tenants in this building complained to us, as well as the housing authorities, about violations here, and Cohen has been served notice to appear in housing court for those violations. We tried to reach Cohen, but he didn't return our phone calls until today. Today he had lots to say, but refused to say any of it on camera, saying if I go on television, someone's liable to take a pot shot at me. But he went on to say that he really is a conscientious landlord, and that he has tried numerous times to repair things in the apartment where Edna Anderson was living, but she would never let him in when he wanted to work, like 9 in the morning. And he went on to complain that low-rent tenants destroy things as fast as they are repaired. He says it's the system. The system is what's wrong. Mr. Cohen wouldn't say how many properties in Baltimore he owns, but he did say he has tenants who are happy with him as a landlord. I'm Susan White Bowden on the scene in Baltimore. When we got to 3318 DuPont Avenue, we found city cleanup crews shoveling up fire debris and learned that Linda Hunter and her 5 children had fled the house after a fire broke out here yesterday. Neighbors were aware that the woman had no heat, but they aren't sure how the fire was started or if it was related to her lack of central heat.
The 4 months we've been here, I've never seen them put no oil in there. So we get oil. I've never seen them put no oil in there. Which I don't think they had no heat in there. Because I've never been in there, but she might have been tried here by, by Stacy, like you said. I couldn't be for sure.
We couldn't find the woman and her children, but we talked to the real estate company which manages the house. And Richard Cohen said he had talked to the tenant, and she had admitted smoking in bed. He also went on to say that they were planning to put a new furnace in the house today or tomorrow. Then Cohen went on to talk about the problems of taking care of a low-rent property, the vandalism, the disregard for property owned by somebody else. He said, just look around at the other houses in the neighborhood. Some are in such bad repair that they've been abandoned. And he said it's not just that the landlords don't keep them in good repair. He said landlords are reluctant to go in and spend the money on repairs that you and I both know are needed because things get torn apart as fast as they are repaired. He said low-rent housing is a losing proposition for landlords as well as tenants. He said nobody benefits. I'm Susan White Bowden on the scene.
Those violations were found here at his Glenview apartments in northwest Baltimore. Baltimore City housing inspectors found the violations. But today's conviction comes from a complaint filed by a person who lived here, the Parkington, another of Miller's apartments in northwest Baltimore. It is alleged that Miller turned off the heat in the dead of winter, denying Harvey Lifton and his family essential services as described by the law.
Mr. Miller shut off my gas on January 9th of last year for approximately 40 days. I was without cooking gas, hot water, and any heat for those days.
Miller was convicted on a complaint in 1981. It was appealed, and the appeal failed as well. As part of today's hearings on the sentencing, Miller's defense attorney called several character witnesses. But Judge Saul Baylor, after hearing everything, sentenced the 69-year-old landlord to 10 days in jail.
How do you feel about today's conviction?
I hope it doesn't happen to anybody else, because I'll tell you, it's like living in hell.
Do you feel that Mr. Miller, 69 years old, should have to spend 10 days in jail?
Yes.